What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Palantir Stocks, back with another video taking a look at Palantir Stock, an update video from one I made 2 days ago, just to kind of quickly go over how it's been trading. It's been going down for the past 2 days, so we'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at some key levels of support and resistance coming up, and then we will also kind of discuss this pattern that I shared with you guys that I saw developing and whether that still stands. So if you enjoy videos like this, hit that like button down below. It really helps me as I'm trying to grow, and subscribe to my channel, and comment down below what your thoughts on Palantir are, or if you currently own Palantir, and I'd love to chat with you guys down in the comment section. So let me hear, and we will get right into it. So what we see is, we were down about 51 cents for the day, which is about 1.93%. Up a little after hours, about 0.24%. So we've got negative 1.5% for the day. And then if we go yesterday, we were also down yesterday. Let me take a look at the 5-day chart. So this is Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. I had made the video after hours Monday. So Tuesday, what we saw was open kind of flat and then fell from the 27s, found support near the 25.5s. And then we pushed up a little, and then, the exact same pattern where it was kind of decent in after hours, and then pre-market went up a little, pushed up, and then sold off, right? So up, sold off. Very, very similar pattern the past 2 days. Found support, this time finding support at a lower level than the day before in the low 25s, and then kind of pushing up to close the day. Do we see that for a third day tomorrow? Only time will tell. But let's take a look at the daily chart, and we'll take a look at the pattern that I was describing. So we're taking a look at this pattern. It's a pennant pattern that's developing, trading in this little wedge over here, finding resistance at the top line, support at the bottom line. Now, the last time we saw this video, the pennant looked more like this, right? Because that was the pattern it was going in. But now that it's making lower highs, lower lows, I kind of drew it out because technically it's still kind of closing in on that range. It's a matter of when it stops doing this lower high, lower low, because at some point, right, if it continues this for another day or two, this pattern will be broken, and I'm not going to be looking for a breakout anymore. But until then, I do think that this still stands. So like I said, we've now made lower high, lower low for the past 2 days. So that's something that I'm hoping will change soon. We'll take a look at the EMAs real quick and see what we see there. So again, the last time I made this video, we were talking about how this stock at that time didn't enjoy closing below the 8 EMA. So yesterday we closed right below the 8 EMA. We closed at 26.43, and the 8 EMA was 26.57. Still not too bad. And then today we closed at 25.92, and the 8 EMA was at 26.42, right? If we go before that, we see that always, obviously during this write-up, it was above the 8 EMA. But other than this one day where it was below the 8 EMA, it always closed above the 8 EMA, at or above the 8 EMA. So the interesting question tomorrow, a couple things can happen, right? We can drop, find support at this line, right? Or not, and we're gonna have to kind of lower this line once more. We could fall to the 21 EMA and find support there, and then start heading up. We could do what the candle here did, right? So this candle and this candle, which means tomorrow we could have a green day, come up to the 8 EMA, and then push up, right? So looking forward to kind of seeing what happens there. Only time will tell, I guess. But do we find support in kind of the mid 24s if we keep dropping? Do we drop even more to the 21 EMA at 23.98? Do we start pushing up like we see the candle right here, and potentially get above the 8 EMA, push towards the top end of this pennant / wedge? That's what I'm looking to see before I enter this trade. I do own Palantir shares long term. I'm looking for a reversal in trend to potentially add some shares or play some vertical put spreads going out to January or February of next year. I do think that the stock has potential, right? From a price action perspective, again, if we go down, I've just highlighted what we're watching for. If we go up, I'm watching the high we set the previous day, just because we're making lower highs. The high of that day and the previous day becomes sort of the next point to shoot for. So today's high of 26.16, 27.10, and then 28.26. Now, one level that I was sort of able to see as I was looking at this chart where it has found some support is right there, that it's kind of struggling to break through right now, in the 20s, or excuse me, right there. that I think might act as a decent level of resistance. As we could see, we hit up against it after hours yesterday on the hourly chart. That level held up as decent support, right? A couple times held up right there, and then, you know, a couple days before as well, we were bouncing off of that line. So I think this 2680s is a level of resistance coming up once we can knock out the high of today, push for that 2680 next. If we can get above it, I think it's a good level of support, as we just saw from the previous few days. But until we are above it, I think it can act as a resistance point for the stock. So those are the levels that I'm watching to see if I want to add to my position or if I want to put on new positions in the form of put spreads. Let me know what you guys think of the stock, and I'd love to chat with you guys down in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys for another video. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.